What are the current trends in middle grade? What has been played out and is now considered tired?
Golly, I'm not sure I know. I'd be curious what you think on this. Middle grade is interesting, and particularly if you segment down to the younger middle grade like I do. One of the reasons Emily and I decided to not make the math inspectors longer is because we don't have our readers for very long. Um, you know, for the most part, when you're 12, you're done reading the math inspectors. When you're 14, you might still dip into Percy Jackson. That's a series that can hold kids for much longer. But for something like the math inspectors, it's pretty targeted. We're going after third, fourth, and fifth graders. And then for the most part, our readers move on. So for that reason, we decided, I don't know that it would really help us that much to make it a super long series. Okay, so there's a reason I brought that up. Tell me your question again, because I brought that up for a reason. You were saying what?
I want to know what's played out. What are the current trends in middle grade? What should my workshop folks be focused on writing?
Right. So what's played out? So on the one hand, there might be, this is a question oftentimes we ask agents. And agents have one perspective on what's played out because they see what's come through the submission pile. And they don't want to have maybe another superhero series or something like that. But I'm not sure that has much relation to readers, right? Like, I think readers, they like same but different. So I have no idea what's played out in middle grade. If it was like the rest of the culture, well, maybe we're coming to a point where there's going to start to be less superhero stuff. It felt like we just went through this grand renaissance of superhero movies. So maybe we're playing out that a little bit.
No, I'm hoping and praying that you're wrong.
All right. Yeah. But is that really true? I could imagine movie critics and agents being tired of that stuff, but I'm not sure viewers are necessarily tired. And I certainly don't think readers are tired of that. Like, there's a reason that someone who loves cozy mysteries might read 150 cozy mystery books in a year because they like same but different. I think readers are kind of like that. So I don't know that anything is played out or tired out. A few years ago, we certainly said in YA that vampires, were played out, and maybe they are. But for a 9 or 10-year-old reader who is only 9 or 10 years old for 1 or 2 years, is anything played out? I don't know. My guess would be no. What do you think?
That's a good point. That's one wonderful thing about the middle grade audience is that a lot of this stuff is always going to be new to them. They don't know that we're borrowing influence from something a little bit greater. One of my little top secret, just you and I talk and pretend we're not on air. When Banneker Bones and the Alligator People, there's a technique I'm using to hopefully build suspense. We'll see how it plays out, but my beta readers assure me it's working. That I'm taking directly from Breaking Bad, although obviously at a middle grade format. And when I had the thought, I was like, oh, well, middle grade readers probably haven't seen Breaking Bad. That's free and available to me. I can steal that technique and move it over here.
Totally. If Shakespeare can steal from the Bible, then and use it in a different context, then certainly there's no problem with you doing the same thing. I think that stuff makes total sense. So the same thing that's bad for us, we don't get middle grade readers, especially young middle grade readers, for a long time. There's quick turnover, which means our stuff. If Math Inspectors was successful 5 years ago, then there's a good chance that in 2 years, it'll still be somewhat successful to those brand new kids and parents looking for something. That's my hope.
And then hopefully when your dedicated readers get older, they'll reread the books to their kids and start a whole new generation for you.
That's right. Wouldn't that be great?
That's the dream anyway.